What's going on, guys? Calmfirenate here to finally talk about the history of Negan, the backstory of Negan. Where did he come from? Now, we've been talking about doing this for a while. Real quick, I'm going to talk about where this comes from. Now, back last April, Robert Kirkman and Charles Allard, the people who created Walking Dead the comic, decided to get together and write a mini comic, about 3-4 pages long, and put it at the end of the Image Monthly magazine. Now, they started last April, right around the time we were really first introduced to Negan in the TV show. And it ran up to this point. So I'm now going to be telling you about what took place through the first 12 chapters of this mini comic. Let's get started talking about it right now. We learned that Negan is a coach and a teacher. And ultimately, he just wants the kids to like him. You know, he's sitting there, he's playing with some kids, playing some ping pong. But then he becomes more like a guy and he starts chewing out the kids, cussing them out. And it gets him in trouble. You know, the parents call his wife gets on to him. Why are you doing this? You're going to lose your job. And he explains he just wants to be able to, connect with them. He doesn't want to be like these other teachers who walk around with a stick in their butt. He wants to be fun. He wants to enjoy it. But around the same exact time that he's explaining this to his wife passes out, sick, not knowing what's happening. The doctors tell Negan and his wife that she has cancer. And he's destroyed. He tries to have this conversation and talk about it with his mistress, who tells him, "Are you serious?" Tells him to leave, and he realizes that it should have been over a long time ago. He goes to his wife, who apparently knows about this mistress, tells her that it's over. She cries because she feels like he's picking the wrong person. Negan cares for his wife very greatly, and they have this real fun, kind of humorous relationship. She gets his humor, and she has her own sense of humor. Unfortunately, he's by his side in the hospital with his wife. At this time, an orderly busts in and said he needs to leave. It's not safe. But Negan won't leave his wife. But he looks outside to see what the commotion is about, and he can see that something is happening. It's the apocalypse. Negan notices that something is wrong with the people outside. He decides to blockade the door to keep anyone from getting into the room with his wife. Some time has passed, and his wife has passed away. He's still sitting there holding her hand. As things get worse, his wife comes back to life as a zombie. Negan screams her name, Lucille. Negan tries desperately to communicate to his wife, trying to see if she recognizes him, but knowing that there's nothing he can do, with her still with tubes attached to her and unable to really move, he kisses her on the forehead and leaves the room. Immediately after he leaves, he sees a kid screaming, wanting help. He's being attacked. Negan helps and eventually ends up killing 2 of the zombies with a fire extinguisher. Negan falls to the ground in disgust. He says, "I'm a murderer." The boy explains to him what has happened, that he's not a murderer, that they're already dead, and they leave together as the kid explains things. Negan and the boy seem to have a bond. They enjoy their time together as the kid's explaining the world and what's happening. Unfortunately, this bond is very short-lived because the boy is soon killed. Negan is on his own for a while now, and he runs into a group of guys. They stick together for a little while, but during the night, they're attacked, and everyone but Negan dies. But Negan's able to fight off and kill every one of them using a bat that one of the other guys carried. Negan decides to keep this bat. Negan meets a series of people. There's almost a montage of you're introduced to people and then they die. He meets new people and then they die. Eventually, it gets to a point where when they get bit, Negan he's disconnecting. He doesn't want anything to do with people. He doesn't want to be around them because they just die. So he decides to leave and he's on his own. As he's sitting there in the woods, a man approaches from the woods, comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, how you doing? I'd like to sit with you. My name is Dwight." Dwight introduces Negan to his people and his girl Sherry. But Negan, he doesn't want to know their names. He said he'll have to wait and see if they're alive in a few days. I mean, he's jaded over all the people he's lost. Together, they keep looking for a place that is safe. As they're trying to clear places out, Negan starts directing people, trying to keep them alive. But Negan is cut off from everyone. It looks like Negan is going to die. Everyone makes it out but Negan. Negan is surrounded. But he fights them all off with a bat. In this moment, after it's done, Negan's like, follow me. And Negan starts to kind of lead the group. The last scene you see is of Dwight looking worried. Well, that's it. That's chapter 1 through 12 of Heres Negan. Now, how long are they going to do this? I don't know. But there's not a new chapter out yet. I think it comes out either at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. But from here on out, every single time they bring out a chapter, I'm going to do a video on that chapter. It's going to be real short because they're real small, but I'm going to talk about them a little bit and kind of keep the story flowing. But overall, that's the story of Negan so far. What do you guys think? Does this maybe change your mind a little bit of Negan? I mean, he kind of seems like he started out sort of good and everything just kind of went to crap. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he's always been that bad guy. But another thing that I will talk about eventually, and I will do another video, is the unbelievable similarities between Negan and Rick in the hospital. That's for another video. But guys, what did you think? What did you think about this? What do you think about Negan? Let me know. I can't wait to hear your comments. But until next time, we'll see you later.